Hey, I want you to come a little closer tonight. Pull up the blanket, turn the lights low, set your phone down for a second. Let the bed hold you. Because tonight, this episode isn't about grinding. It's not about hustling or about being strong. Tonight, I got a treat for you guys. Actually, all month long, I have a treat for you guys. Because this episode is about Black men being allowed to breathe. I don't know how many of you guys know that February is not only Black History Month, but it's Black Excellence, Black Men Excellence Month. So I decided to start this podcast out talking to our Black men, right? Letting them know that you deserve rest too. I mean, seriously, you guys do. So tonight I'm giving you a soft place for strong men to land. Welcome back to Let's Talk at Pillow Talk, the softest place on the internet, where we heal out loud, sip tea, and tell the truth under the covers. Of course, I'm your bestie, DestinyShanee, with the mic. And baby, February, like I said, guys, earlier, it's different over here. We are celebrating Black men excellence. Not just what they do, not just what they survive, because we know they survive a lot, but who they are. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to take a moment for my tea. You guys know how this is. So don't be acting brand new, because yes, we back with some tea. Did you happen to catch my last episode? It was power. We were talking about Power Force, Tommy. I paired the characters with tea, and you guys didn't have to go to Tea-Morrow.com. No, Tea-Morrow.store, and look at those comparisons and look at the teas. It's pretty cool, if I don't say so myself. So go make your tea. Tonight, we're blending with wind down. We're going to do hibiscus for the heart, rose for the softness, and lemon balm to calm your anxiety. Because the men we love, they carry the world on their shoulders. Well, we're going to let it down tonight. Take a sip with me. Okay, that is really, really good. That is really, really good, guys. So tonight we are talking about the weight Black men carry. First, let's tell the truth. Black men wake up every day, and the world already expects them to be strong, unemotional, providers, protectors, unbreakable, honest, bad, and crazy, right? But nobody actually stops to ask, who protects them? Who checks on them? Who says, hey, Mr. Black Man, you don't have to be tough tonight? Guys, statistics don't lie, right? We already know this. Black men experience higher stress levels. They are less likely to seek therapy. They are also taught to suppress their emotions because, wow, an angry Black man is a scary Black man, obviously, for some of you in the world, right? In the white world. And they're also often only praised for productivity. I remember that lady told LeBron James to shut up and bounce the ball, because that's all people see people like him for. You're athletes, you're entertainers, you're only good to entertain me. Isn't that what we were doing back in the day? We took care of their kids and we entertained them. That's not peace. And that breaks my heart. I'm gonna have to, guys, I'm such a crybaby gangster, so tonight I'm so gonna I'm trying to get through this without crying, okay? But excellence just isn't about achievement. It's survival. It's tenderness. It's still loving your family when life has been so hard on you. It's still loving your family when your family has been so hard on you. It's still loving yourself when you have been hard on you. I don't know. When I think about Black men carrying the world, I think about Malcolm X. He evolved emotionally and spiritually. You know, Malcolm X started out was what? A hoodlum. Isn't that what we call them? He started out a hoodlum, right? He went through a huge transformation. I know myself, I've gone through a transformation, but sometimes it's hard to see when you're in it. And then when you look at things like, look at people like Malcolm X, people that have actually gone through a transformation. Some of you guys probably know the people, some strong Black men that has gone through a transformation. I know I do. I know quite a few of them in my family alone. But again, he carried surveillance, threats, prison, transformation, and responsibility to protect his people. As Black men, you guys are protectors. But like I said earlier, who's protecting y'all? Malcolm X wasn't born powerful. Life made him heavy first. Like I said, prison, pain. Then he reinvented himself. So reinvention. Excellence sometimes looks like changing your life completely and trying again. That is so true. I think of transformation like a butterfly. We all know how a butterfly is transformed, right? He's a worm. Then he goes and eats and does his little cocoon. And then he comes out to be a beautiful butterfly. He goes through a lot. I know I'm watching this show. I just started, so bear with me because I'm pretty sure you guys have been watching it, but Beauty. I just saw the first episode of Beauty, and transformation, if you haven't seen it, if you're not grossed out by blood or grossed out by, I don't know, entertainment. The first episode of Beauty, when the guy was able to transform into Beauty, he went through a lot. He drank a lot of water. He was burning up. He was sweating. He was throwing up. He started peeling, I guess, his skin. And then, of course, he emerged from a cocoon, a slimy cocoon, because he was very snotty. That's all I was thinking about. Oh, you're snotty. Get in the shower. That's all I kept saying the whole scene. Get in the shower. When are you going to get in the shower? Stop posing and get your butt in the shower. But seriously, that's what transformation looks like. Reinvention. Excellence. You know, we have to always keep evolving in order to get excellence, in order to be excellent. Like any business, they don't stop at the first burger they sell or the first perfect secret sauce they sell, right? They continue to evolve. They continue to reinvent themselves. They continue to be excellent. So Black men, that's what you guys are. You guys have evolved so much. You continue to be excellent. You continue to... I am always surprised, not surprised in a bad way, astonished. I'm always happy, elated when I see Black men that I've known for a while evolve into their greatness. It's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing sight. And we need you guys, a lot of you guys, to hurry up and let's do that. Let's evolve into our greatness, right? I gotta drink something because this is a little heavier than tea right now, so I gotta drink something else other than tea. Okay, let's jump into redefining excellence. We got to redefine what excellent means, because society tells you that excellence is 6 figures, rich, beautiful, you got a 6-pack, you got a big donk back there. Excellence also has told, society has also told you guys that excellence means you're strong because you never cry. That you must be the strongest one in the room. If you're not, you're looked at pretty bad. You're looked at as weak. So what we're going to do is take a minute now to define excellence. Excellence in the Black community. Excellence in the Black man. What that looks like and what that is. Excellence to me is going to therapy, breaking generational cycles, choosing your peace over pride. And that's a big one. Choosing your peace over pride. Breaking generational cycles is definitely a big one. If our Black man was raised without a father and you have children, be there for your children and raise your children. That is breaking generational cycles. Be there for your mother. Be there for their mother. Be there for your family, right? Going to therapy. Let's talk about that. And I did stop here because I wanted to go back and I wanted to break them down a little bit. Going to therapy. It is not weakness. It is not telling people your business. It is not negative. Stop looking at going to therapy negative. Stop looking at getting mental clarity as a negative thing, because that is excellent. When a person stops and says, wait, I have to do something for me to fix me. That is excellent. Going to therapy. Again, excellent. Breaking generational cycles. We already talked about that. Choosing peace over pride. Choosing peace over pride. Just because somebody is mad at you, just because somebody is yelling at you, just because somebody is coming at you, just because it is chaotic where you are right now does not mean that you cannot walk away. Walking away is not scary. Walking away is not a punk. Walking away is not any of those negative words that you guys use. Walking away is choosing peace over pride, choosing to live another day to talk about how you just grew in that instant. Choosing peace over pride shows your growth. Okay. Hugging your kids. Man, you guys got to be hard. You got to be this. You got to be. Stop it. You don't have to. Again, there is a balance. There is a time to be hard. There is a time to be soft. And hugging your kids and being there for your kids and loving your kids and giving them that softness, well, that's excellence. Resting. Taking time for you. Saying I'm tired. Saying no. All of that is okay. All of that is wonderful. All of that is actually excellence. You're taking care of you. If you're not taking care of you first, then how can you take care of somebody else? I know before I talked about the airplane. When you get in the airplane, the first thing the stewardess tells you is, if the mask falls from the ceiling, you put it on yourself first before you put it on anybody else. Why? Because you have to breathe in order to help somebody. You need rest. And it's okay to say I'm tired. Black men deserve softness too. And I want you guys to really hear me. Put this under your pillow. Write this down. Take a picture. Matter of fact, press record. Because hear me when I say this. Rest is not weakness. Crying is not weakness. Gentleness is not weakness. It's strength with control. It's healed masculinity. And it's evolution. Think about this. I'm going to give you another person. When I think about quiet strength, I think about Chadwick Boseman. Mr. Boseman worked through cancer quietly. I myself did not know he had cancer until he passed away. And I know I'm not the only person. No, I'm not up on the social media. No, I don't jump on there and I don't follow all these people. And no, I don't read it as soon as they post, and I don't have notifications set up. So no, I did not know that Mr. Boseman was sick. Because what I saw from him, I saw that he still showed up and he still inspired kids. Even when he was sick, he was still visiting sick kids. When he went for his treatments, he was visiting sick kids. Some black men fight battles we never, ever, ever see. And they still show up smiling. Though I've heard people look and say, oh, he doesn't have a care in the world. I've heard people say, oh, look at him. He's just, walking around here. He just doesn't care. No, he's fighting a battle that he doesn't need to talk about, because he's already going to therapy. He's already resting. He's already taking care of himself, choosing peace. He's hugging his kids at night. He is breaking generational cycles. That's excellence. Another man, he showed composure, especially when his character was attacked. He showed emotional control when I know he wanted to slap the dog crap out of some people. I know he wanted to say some things, because we are all humans, and somebody attacks your character, somebody attacks your family, somebody attacks your reason for being. Sometimes you do want to lash out. But this man, he actually chose peace over pride. He showed you what fatherhood looked like. He showed you what a husband looked like. I think a good title for him was Grace Under Pressure. Because President Barack Obama, he did not have loud masculinity. His was calm. His was peaceful. Strength doesn't have to shout. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and thoughtful. Okay. So let's take a tea break. We are going to take a little nice tea break here. I want to do a guided breath for you. Okay. For my black men that are listening, for all my men that are listening, I want to do a guided tea break breath for you. Remember, the tea that you guys should be drinking on, again, tea is not just for women. Tea is also for men. Tea is for kids. Tea is for babies. Tea is for everybody that can drink the tea. Okay. You guys have to remember, tea is natural. These are all loose leaf teas. Of course, your tea comes from Tea-Morrow.store. Just make sure you go and shop their favorite blends. They have a power blend. Yes, power, like as in Tommy, as in Gennard, as in Diamond, yes, they have power force teas. So go check them out. But again, tonight I'm drinking the hibiscus rose lemon balm. It's the wind down collection, and it's just going to give me clarity. I put the rose in there for the softness. And then, of course, hibiscus is for your heart. Lemon balm does the anxiety. So I want you to do some breathing, guided breathing work with me. Okay? All right. Put the tea in your hands. And breathe in. And breathe out. Let your shoulders drop. If you are a Black man listening, this is your permission slip to be soft. You don't have to fight tonight. You don't have to prove anything tonight. You are enough, just as you are. Breathe in. And as you're breathing in, let your shoulders drop. As you breathe out, let them drop some more. Just get really relaxed. You don't have to fight tonight. You don't have to prove anything tonight. You are enough, just as you are. Now sip that tea.
Filing your taxes can feel like solving a puzzle with missing pieces. Are you struggling with those forms, the rules, and all of those deductions? At Wealthway Financial Services, we make taxes simple, fast, and stress-free. We maximize your refund and handle the details so you don't have to. Stop struggling and call us today.
Guys, okay.
Let's get it done right.
Our next segment. Oh, I love this next segment. When I was doing this next segment, it was interesting. It was different. It took me a little bit to do this next segment because it was just a little hard, you know. Love letters to Black men. I am challenging you, everybody that has a Black man in their life, regardless if it's your father, if it's your brother, or if it's your son. Doesn't matter if it's your best friend or if it is just yourself. This is the love letter to you. This part, it's personal. So if you're listening, I'm talking directly to you. Dear Black man, thank you. Thank you for showing up even when nobody clapped for you. Thank you for protecting everybody while nobody protected you. Thank you for being gentle in a world that tried to harden you, break you, and kill you. Thank you for staying, for trying, for learning, for unlearning, for loving us, for loving yourself. You are not invisible here. You are not too much. You are not replaceable. For me, you are sacred. And you deserve peace, therapy, rest, soft love, safe spaces, and flowers while you're alive. Not just memorials. When I think about gentleness, I think about fathers, mentors, and leaders. This next man, he wasn't just speeches. He was tired. He was scared. But he kept going anyway. This man, what I would say about this man is he humanized greatness. He gave greatness to Black people. Dr. Martin Luther King was exhausted most days, but he still chose love. That's a different kind of courage. So again, I say to you, thank you, Black man, for having a different kind of courage. Thank you, Black man, for being our children's father. Shout out to all you girl dads out there. And of course, one of our greatest losses of all, the greatest girl dad of all, the late great Kobe Bryant. You showed softness, love, and growth. You showed us what that looked like through basketball, through mentorship, Mamba excellence, right? Through sports and through your family. Even the strongest warriors come home and become soft dads. Excellence is both. Thank you, Black man, for being our teacher. Thank you, Black man, for being our provider and our protectors. Thank you, Black man, for giving us the love, the light. Thank you, Black man, for always praying for me. Signed, the most gracious woman God can allow me to be. Okay, that was a tough one, guys, for me, because of course I had to think about all our lates and greats, and of course we have so many greatness that that's still alive, and I felt that we will talk about the ones that are past, of course, outside of Barack Obama. I mean, you have to talk about the President of the United States when you're talking about a great Black man. I mean, he was the first Black president of the United States. How do we show up for Black men? Now we have to talk action. Now we have to talk, how do we, women, ladies, females, and other men, How do we show up for our Black man? And I'm talking action. I'm not talking about talking good about them on podcasts or, giving them roles, better roles, giving them more roles or paying them more. I am talking about action, because appreciation isn't just the words, thank you. The appreciation just isn't sex, cooking your meals. How are you guys showing up for your Black man? Well, here's how we're going to show up for him, okay? One, you're going to check on them emotionally. Society has these females thinking that they're the only ones to get good morning text. Society has you guys thinking that you should not send out a good morning text to your man or to men in general. If you're single, when I was single, I have men in my life now, just friends and coworkers, people that I have met over the years. I'm going to be 49 years old this year. I'm super excited. I'm almost 50. And my crazy 48 and a half, 48 and whatever quarters decided to go back to school. Isn't that crazy? I started school, guys, on the 2nd of February. Oh, that's a whole nother story. Oh, what's that? Tomorrow? Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh, I start school tomorrow, guys. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. But check on them emotionally. I check on my Black male friends. I check on my friends emotionally, period. But I do. I check on them emotionally, and they know that it is just a welfare check. They know that it's, hey, what's up? You need me? You need anything? You need to talk? You need to run past me? Anything? My male friends know that, though. My boyfriend, he knows that. He knows. My king knows that, hands down. Every morning I check in with him, every single morning. And every night before we go to bed, we check in with each other to see how can we help you out mentally. This is the things that we do with us within our relationship. But as far as me, my thing is call you, check on you, do all that stuff. I have to get better with checking on my siblings. I do. I gotta get better. Okay. Stop telling boys don't cry. Stop saying that. I know we humans tell people not to cry. We humans tell boys, of course, be strong. Boys don't cry. That's bullshit. And you guys are messing these little boys up. Stop telling these little boys that they don't need to cry. Let these young men cry. Crying cleanse your soul. Get it out. Because when you don't cry, it builds up. It builds up. It can build up into stress. It builds up into negative energy. So stop telling your boys not to cry. Stop it. I'm telling all you men out there, cry and cry and cry. I'm going to tell you a little story. And, I really hope that he comes across this podcast, because I would like to know how he's doing. Me and my daughters went to Vegas for one of the girls' 21st birthday. I think the youngest girl's 21st birthday. And we met a bunch of people, but we met this group of people. And in this group of people was this one guy. He took a liking to my girls. And at first I thought, wait. They're kind of younger than what they look like. And how old are you? Well, it wasn't that type of liking. It was his last day there, and he was with a bunch of friends, and he just said that, I don't know. He said when he saw us, we looked like sunshine. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Just know this very last day, this man, he had a car. It was a convertible. My first time driving a convertible. We had his car all day. We were together. 3 of us was together all day long, all night long. We did not, I say all day. Let me go back. Either way it goes, doesn't matter. At the end of the morning, because when he brought us back to our hotel, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. When he had brought us back, he said bye things to my girls and things, and then he stopped me and he said, I thank you for letting me hang out with you guys. And he gave me a hug and he started crying. This man cried on my shoulder for 5 minutes. He cried on my shoulder so long that my girls was annoyed. My babies was so annoyed. They was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, and I had no problem with that. People were looking at us. I did not care. That young man needed that. And I pray that that helped that young man in whatever he was going through. He didn't speak a word about what he was going through. All he said was, you guys look like sunshine and let's hang out. I pray that young man got therapy. I pray that young man got what he needed. Normalize therapy. Y'all always laugh about somebody being in therapy. You guys always, talking about stuff society says, oh, you're supposed to be strong and be on your own. Bullcrap. I call bullcrap. Normalize going to therapy. Normalize getting help. Normalize not only talking about mental health or anxiety or overstimulation. Go get help. Because once you get help, when you're better to yourself, you're 100% better to everybody else. Celebrate softness. Stop calling people pussies. Stop saying that these people are punks because they're crying or because they're soft. Celebrate the softness. Celebrate it. I know me and one of my best friends had a son growing up, and people would say, oh, I think he may be this, he may be that. And I never saw that. And I always said, no, he's just going to be a great man because he was gentle, because he was sensitive, because he knew that he didn't have to rah in order to get what he want. He learned that early. And I'm very proud of this young man. I see him and I'm very proud of him. He's definitely going to be a different young man. Give compliments. It is okay to give these men compliments. You have to give these men compliments. There's no reason for you not to give your man a compliment. There's no reason not to give a man a compliment, period. If a man smells nice, please tell them they smell nice. Start giving compliments. Start also thanking them for what they did. When they take out the trash, thank you, babe, for taking out the trash. Those are compliments. Those are thank you. Thank yous are also compliments. Thank you, babe, for washing the dishes tonight. I don't care if you wash dishes once a quarter because you allowed that. So don't let me get on my soapbox, but give compliments. Say thank you. There's nothing wrong with that. Give them what you want, ladies. Ladies, you guys fish for compliments all day. Ladies, you guys want somebody to tell you how good of a job that you're doing. Well, do the same thing to these men. They need it. They want it. Create safe spaces. I have created a safe space for every man in my life. Well, for my son and for my my king, and for my brothers. I know they may not know that, but I know my one brother knows that his safe space. I don't have to run my mouth about things, and I don't have to make you feel crazy about things. I have created safe spaces for all my kids, for all my family, for all my loved ones. But we have to start creating safe spaces for our Black men to talk to us and tell us stuff, because they want to talk to us and they want to tell us stuff. But guess what? You guys judge. Y'all know that little thing, right? We listen and we don't judge. So start doing that. Create a safe space, listen, and don't judge. And the last one, let them rest without guilt. Girl, if you don't let that man rest, let me tell you something. My king, as soon as he sits down and gets quiet, it's a done deal for him. If I know half the things that I say to him sometimes at night, he has no clue what I'm talking about. And he doesn't remember them because he's in the studio. Like right now, he is in the studio. Guys, it is nighttime. Well, and he's in the studio. But He's going to be in the studio until 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, it's only like 7:30, 8 o'clock. But he's going to be in the studio until 2 o'clock in the morning. And he'll probably come over and he'll get right back up and go to work. Even though I have so much stuff to tell him, he probably won't hear any of it tomorrow. He won't hear any of it until he's going to work the next day. Tomorrow. He won't hear any of it. But it's okay. It's fine. When we first got together, I was so mad at him because he didn't rest. He didn't rest like I rested. I went to bed every day. He didn't do that. Sometimes he would be up 24 hours and I would yell at him and he would just look at me and he would say, I'm going to crash in a minute. And sure enough, a couple of days later, he's asleep. But again, it's okay, guys. Let them rest without guilt. Sometimes excellence looks like excellence. Sometimes excellence. It looks like, baby, you don't have to handle everything tonight. I got it. You know what we want them to say to us? Well, guess what? We got to say it to them because that's love. So I'm going to jump into these midweek affirmations. I don't want to keep you guys on so long tonight. Midweek affirmations. I want you to repeat after me. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to feel. My softness is strength. I don't have to carry everything alone. I deserve love without conditions. I deserve peace. I am excellent simply because I exist. Guys, that is some powerful affirmations. I love those affirmations. I know my affirmation, you guys probably always say, I'm allowed to rest. You're right, because rest is so important. Rest is great for your mental. Rest is great for being overstimulated. Rest is great for anxiety. Rest is also great for losing weight. I sleep 8 hours or more every single day, except for when I go to the studio and I'm in the studio and we're recording and doing all those things. That I can do maybe twice a month because we're in there for like 20 hours, maybe even 22. And then, of course, we drive home and about time I lay down and go to sleep, it's time to get up again. Sometimes I go to work and my eyes are bloodshot red and everybody's looking at me like, you look crazy. And I'm like, studio night. Now they know. Now my girls know. It's funny because when I come in, if I'm at my desk when they come to work and I'm at my desk quiet with my headphones, they know it was a studio night. But of course, because when they come in, I'm the first one that comes in to work. And when they come in, I'm already gapping my jaws. But you know, it's nice. It's nice. You guys have to rest. That's why I always say I am allowed to rest in every affirmation. Even affirmations that you guys have, add that. I am allowed to rest, because only then you will believe it if you add it to your affirmations. Thank y'all for listening to me tonight. I really appreciate it. And thank you for following me with the Black Man Excellence this month in February. We're going to have a couple of Black men on. I know one is going to be Slim Suave. Go listen to his music. He's an artist. He's doing really good things. One thing we didn't get to talk about, because this is something brand new, Slim Suave has broken into the credit business, guys, and the trade lines business. And let me tell you right now, he is blowing it up. He went and got some really good information from a banker. He did his very legitly. I know that's not a word, but I'm saying it anyway, because a lot of people go out and try to do it the shortcut way. He actually went and invested. He actually went and did it the right way. So This has been in the making for probably about 4 to 5 years. I know this has been for him because, of course, I know him. And I've known him for about 4 years. And it's been in the making ever since. He's been talking to me about this, picking my brain, asking me things, talking to, different people, all kinds of different things. He's been investing. So make sure you check him out. He is a Black man doing excellent things. He will be on the podcast soon, I think next week probably. So definitely check him out. And make sure you like, click, and subscribe to Let's Talk at Pillow Talk on YouTube or anywhere you listen to your podcast. Make sure you guys go to IG. Follow me on IG. Let's Talk at Pillow Talk _ If you're a Black man listening tonight, I hope you feel seen. If you love a Black man, I hope you hug him tighter. February isn't just history, it's healing. So this month on Let's Talk at Pillow Talk, we're celebrating our men. Their strength, their softness, their excellence. Because here, they don't have to perform. They can just be. Sip your tea, rest your mind, and remember, you always have a soft place to land right here with me. This is DestinyShanee, and this has been Let's Talk at Pillow Talk. Good night.